Well, it's been a hot minute since we reviewed an Air Defence Force game, so let's jump back in now with Air Defence Force 5 now on PC. For those who follow the Air Defence Force games, there was a game that recently released on PC earlier this year called Iron Rain that sort of took everything I guess people really liked about Air Defence Force, including loot and pickups, and sort of tried to streamline it all to make it more accessible while less focus on randomized nature of things, and on a new engine, the Unreal Engine 4. Air Defence Force 5 released before this originally on PlayStation 4, but has now made the move to PC, I should say. And every sort of issue I had with Air Defence Force 5 on PS4 is gone here, simply by the fact that it is on PC. You have 60 frames a second, it's buttery smooth, you can up the visuals, everything looks better. Well, as good as an Air Defence Force game can look. And just this pure, fast, simple nature of the game in its purest form is here. And it's just such a blast. Like, I think I last played the game this on PS4 last year, and I remember when I reviewed it, I basically said along the lines of, okay, it's the same as before, which is a lot of fun, but we need to change it up a bit. They did change it up with Iron Rain, and then I realised they shouldn't change it up anymore. All they really needed to do was just put the game out on PC and have it optimized to a sense that it's very smooth and fast, because that's when the game is at its best, when it's bombastic and loud and fast and visceral, I guess, and just bits flying everywhere, 60 frames a second, super smooth. Switch off your brain, kill a bunch of insect alien type things, and just have a blast with the campy story, the over-the-top voice acting, the picking up armor to increase your health gauge, the randomized weapons, just constant improvement, and that gameplay loop that after so many years, I think almost a decade at this stage, it's just still so much fun, and it's at its best here in Air Defence Force 5. If you've played the game before, you'll know exactly what to expect here. You can play here solo or online with other people, and it's an absolute blast with other people. Like, most games are always better with co-op, but this game is just still so fast and enjoyable in single player that either way it's just such an enjoyable time. Like, the aliens are back that are insects, and they just come and try to wreck stuff up, and you wreck pretty much your city as you take them all out. But the improved frame rate alone just makes this almost feel like a completely different game to its PlayStation 4 counterpart. It just is such a blast to play. I think there are 4 classes and they all feel quite different. I stuck to the Ranger because I'm boring. I just wanted to go around and shoot some things, and that's exactly what I did for this review, and it was just so much fun. I think honestly the gunplay and the controls are underrated in my opinion. They may feel a bit weird. Some of the other classes aren't the easiest to control, but just the actual looking around, shooting weapons and seeing stuff happen on the screen I don't think it's talked about enough. But the fact that I can switch off, put on a podcast or two, and just shoot things for hours on end is not something I do with many games. And it's usually a game that, let's say like Destiny, where you are constantly improving your gear, and you are doing that to an extent here, but it's not the same sort of like focus on getting a certain number up. This is just like killing a bunch of enemies and having a blast playing it. And it's so great to have these games on PC. I think it's the real place to play them. And I know that's what you usually say about PC games, everything's better on PC. I think for the most part yes, but like I said, this is such a different experience to what I had on the PS4. Just simply because of the amount of enemies coming at you, the speed of everything, it's fluid, it's impressive, it's satisfying. And I just think everyone should at least play some form of Air Defence Force at some stage. But right now, Air Defence Force 5 is the best possible way to play this game. And if you haven't played the game yet, like, this is the perfect jumping in point, I think, at least on PC if you have a decent rig. Because you don't get games like this, and it's just such a blast to play. I'm still a sucker for Air Defence Force. I was falling in and out of it over the last year. I'm back in. It's incredible.